Paul, what'd you like about the team's effort to stay focused, eventually get to James Shields and get the win here in the finale?
Yeah, just try to stay with a game like that. Shields, I don't know how many in a row it ended up being before we got a base runner and eventually hit by Esco. But he threw the ball well. It seems like those guys that can pitch backwards a little bit. They don't give in. We have a little trouble. Somewhere in the back of the mind, it seems like we feel like we're going to get a good fastball to hit, and he just doesn't do that too often. And the other side, Gibby was good. Wild pitch, gives up a run. They got an add-on run along the way. But, another good day for him. And, there's been plenty of games in the first 5-6 weeks here that we found a way to lose. Today we found a way to win. So nice way to finish up the series.
The first two wins really had to do with some big hits and nice nights at the plate. Today the difference is some heads-up base running. How pleased were you to see that develop?
Well, it was a part of it for sure. I mean, some of the at-bats we put together to take the lead, Lomo's in particular, was good to see. It's that play where the first and third went out and they're kind of playing halfway in. Joe just did a nice job of reading the distance that he had to play with over there, and if you're fortunate enough to anticipate a throw, you might score. Got into a little bit of a cat and mouse over there with the third baseman, and if you're getting a rundown, hopefully you can advance the runners and you really haven't lost anything. So it was just a good heads-up play.
We talked about Eddie before the game, but this run that he's been on, what's it kind of done for you guys there?
It's been a big part of us playing better. I think when we swing better, we look better as a team. We're scoring some runs. Today we had a little tough time, but we put enough together. As that bat, in particular the last one, he got behind, fouled off some tough pitches, and one thing he can do, he can hit the other guy's best. And you got to have some of those guys.
Same kind of thing with Morrison. I think he's hitting like 295 over his last 10 games. Just kind of lengthens that lineup, batting seventh.
It's coming. We've seen signs. We've seen better at bats. He hung in there. Breaking ball's been giving trouble with 2 strikes off left-handed pitching, and he stayed on that one and was able to hook and keep it fair. And you're just kind of looking for those at bats where he's, you feel like that he's a lot lighter as far as the load he's been carrying here after a while now. He's starting to put some numbers together and some good at bats.
What was Kyle's reaction coming into the dugout after he got the 2 strikeouts that he needed, but the wild pitch cost him the run?
Yeah, it's tough. Bobby did a nice job, blocked a lot of tough pitches today. The Clay run home plate was particularly hard, I thought, today. You saw some of the choppers coming off the dirt, which makes it a little bit tougher. I peeked up. I saw 95 on that one, which he hit a couple of times today, at least on the in-park gun, and he didn't get a bounce. It looked like it just stayed low, and he didn't get enough of it to keep it in front.
What do you teach your third baseman? What would you have wanted your third baseman to do on the mound or play?
We talk about it when we work on our ground balls. Understanding that you have time generally because you're so close to get it out at first, you have to really try to get that guy to commit one step back to the bag, which freezes his momentum, and hopefully it takes away his chance to score.
And he did kind of bluff back to the bag, Joe did, but he did it just early enough?
Yeah, early enough. I think that good base runners anticipate that play, and the distance between you and the bag and the third baseman. A good guy won't bite on the bluff because he knows he's got enough space to get back. And like I said, the worst case scenario, you're getting a rundown and you don't end up any worse off. But it's a good gamble play.
And Joe busting it down to make that play at second close too, right?
Yeah. It was just one of those plays where I think he had an option of trying to flip it backwards or take the out at first, and somehow Joe making it close maybe got in the way. It seemed like the guy got a little bit caught off guard that he got the flip. I didn't see how bad it was, but he missed it. So maybe he was distracted by Joe too.